Howdy gang, Chris here, and in this video I'm going to show you how I leverage AI to help create me a brand and style writing guide, and then how I put that into a chat GPT to help me speed up my process of writing emails, blogs, and even newsletters, blog posts, and social media posts. So essentially what I'm leveraging here is the use of the AI to help create that first draft. So again, anything that comes out of AI still needs to be edited, so I'm still heavily editing it. Make sure I'm adding in my style, my pizzazz to make sure that it still has that authentic, crisp touch to it. So I'm going to show you first, I'm going to show you what I have working. Then once I show you how everything works, I'm then going to show you how I built everything from scratch. And today I'm using a client of mine's brand and messaging to create her own custom ghostwriter. Let's dive in. All right, so I'm changing screen here. So I got, actually, let me refresh this. And refresh. All right, so here I got my ghostwriter. And what I want to do is, I've already copied this text, is I want to share this post. So a new post came out about Google Business, video verification, the best practices to make sure that when you're verifying your business on Google Maps, that you're able to get in there and not have to repeat things over and over again. So what I have here is a prompt I created where I'm asking it to write a short and engaging newsletter in my style and brand voice. So I'm keeping to remind the AI to use my style and brand voice. I want you to keep in mind my ICP, my ideal customer profile. So which I'll show you afterwards, I've already fed it all the information regarding my style of writing, how I like to write, how I like to write emails, newsletters, what my target demographic is, what their pain points are. So it has that in its brain already. So it's like having a VA or your own personal writer that understands everything about you and your brand. And then I'm asking us to write an email with a short and engaging intro. Then I want to provide 3 headlines, each with 1 to 2 sentences explanation of what the topic is, of why the topic is important to their business. There we go. Then I want you to end it with a short bullet list with actionable steps that they can take. And here's the post I want you to help me write. So I'm going to pop that right into my ghostwriter. Then I'm going to go to this post here. I've already highlighted it. I'm going to copy paste it, put that right underneath, and let's get this bad boy on for a spin. Boost your local visibility with GPV. Perfect. It's got some emojis in there. I use a lot of emojis in my writing, in my blog, and in newsletters. Perfect. So I'm just going to copy this, put this on an easier view for us to read. I'm going to paste that in there, copy that, put that into Google Docs. So subject line looks good. Hope this week is treating you well. Great intro. I'm diving straight into something that could be a game changer for your business. Local visibility, video verification sounds fancy, but trust me, it's simple. Below are 3 must-know insights, so why it matters. Common missteps to avoid. That's great. Turn verification into an opportunity. So that goes back to those helpful points I asked for. And then it's giving me straight some action steps. Plan your video, some actionable steps, get the tools ready, follow the guidelines. You got this. PS, got any questions? Hit reply. So I like that it also added the CTA. So you can see here, the information, the quality is fairly good. One thing I do want to note is whenever you're using AI, you'll got these, I think they're called the M dashes. So what I like to do is once I post it in is just Command F, Control F, find them. Then I do a replace of comma space, replace all. And what I found is 8 times out of 10, that dash that was there works well with a comma space, and it usually gets Grammarly going for either a colon, a semicolon, or a comma and, or a full hard stop. But I'll leave the comma space. It is what it is. All right, so now I'm going to show you the inside and out of the ghostwriter itself, and then I'm going to dive right into building one out for a client. So first, I'm going to go to the edit. I'm going to show you what I got here is a prompt written out that I didn't write this. ChatGPT did the entire thing, but I fed it the information I needed and was able to understand everything that had to get done. So you can see it's keeping the brand voices casual, authority, enthusiasm for blog content, actionable steps, past stories, so personal stories or things like to tap into. Formatting is critical. Use headings, subheadings, and clear and bold highlights for key points. Guided by my mission, so I got the brand values and mission statement. And then for social media, crafty, punchy messaging. But the important thing here is this section here where I'm adding to its knowledge base. Essentially, I'm adding to its brain the direct information of my best writing, my best blog and writings, my writing style guide, which I'm going to be diving into right now and how to show you how to create that. So at least this way, every time you're leveraging AI, it's writing in your style and you're not having to heavily edit. Perfect. So I'm going to dive right in. So I'm going to go here. I got my step-by-step guide here. So for creating a brand style and writing guide, first thing I want to do is create a brand value and mission statement. So what I like to do is feed it a bunch of text that comes from either the website or blogs or social media posts, and then get this prompt out of it. So what I'm going to do is I got a file here. So here for client, we got the Good Chocolatier, fantastic, ethical, handcrafted chocolate. Make sure to check it out, thegoodchocolatier.com. So here I got the best posts. So here I have some blog posts that were written. I got, I'm at the bottom of the page. Let me go back to the top. So here I got the company bio. So the AI is understanding what the company is about. Here's a post about the owner talking about navigating the cacao crisis. Price have gone shot up through the roof. Things have gone crazy. What's happening in Ghana? So I got some blog posts here. And to kind of round it out, there's also some of the copy here I got came from the best emails that were sent. And I kept all the links and just copy paste them in. And at the bottom are more is here's an interview that the owner had as well. So it's able to pick up little insights and bits of information that most people aren't going to write about, but when they're being interviewed, that'll at least be shared. So that'll be in there. And I think I ended it off by getting, some more social media posts so it understands how he writes for social media. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this first prompt. I'm going to pop right here into, let me get a new one open, ChatGPT. So first things first is I'm going to upload the file. This is going to be safe to open on screen. Let me move this over just in case. All right, it is what it is. Documents. Best content. Perfect. Perfect. Road guard, not road life mission, but it is what it is. I'll understand. 10 example, the brand's values and voice. So let's see what it gives from here. So again, the reason I'm going with the brand values and brand voice first and mission is so that it's to see, one, does AI understand what the brand is about? And then making sure that we're also using the same words that it's spitting out back within it, because to keep feeding more documents can get a bit more complex. So this, let me see this real quick. Brand, ethical, health conscious, sustainable. Yeah. Quality craftsmanship. Perfect. Makes sense. Brand mission, empowering. I like it. So I'm going to copy this. And I'm going to open a new doc. Blank. The Good Chocolatier brand values and mission. Perfect. So that part is done. Let's look at what's next on the list. Okay, so now the fun part. I want to create a writing style. So I have a large set of content I've written, and I need help creating a writing style guide for my client's brand called The Good Chocolatier. This is where you swap in your brand. I want you to look over my content in the file and then write out a writing style that I can use to share with a ghostwriter. So that's the key part, is you're telling it to write it out to help share with a ghostwriter. So the main reason for that is we want to give as much detail to a writer. If you ever hired a writer before, you want to give them as much detail of how your writing is, what the style is, what tonality you like to talk to. So like this way, when you're pumping it back into the AI, it understands that from the get-go. At the start, I want you to mention my tone of voice, writing conventions, and my usual format standards, then go into writing my brand's writing guide for the ghostwriter. Don't forget to keep in mind my brand's values and mission from above. So I kept that in there from the same prompt. So I'm going to copy this. So let's go back to here. And then I'm going to come back to that same document just in case it didn't get the full document open. I'm going to copy all of that, put it in there, press enter. Empathetic and inclusive, passionate and joyful, inspiring and empowering, 100%. Use first person, we and are. Maintain clarity and simplicity, yeah. Light humor, playfulness. Avoid excessive formality, nice. Formatting headers and subheaders, paragraph lists, use bullet lists and numbers lists to break down complex points and highlight key features. That's great. People love seeing bullet lists, and it helps make it easier on the eyes when reading. Makes it feel like you're not reading a research paper, which is just bland and boring for some people. Some people rather watch paint dry. The writing guide. So yeah, focus on values and mission, structure and flow. Start with a hook, ask a question, share an anecdote, or introduce an intriguing fact to draw the reader in. That's good. Key elements: educational insight, transparency, calls to action, social media comments. Okay, at a quick glance, all this looks legit. Signature phrases: good for you, good for the world. Chocolate makes you feel epic. From the lips to belly, from heart to heart. Join us in rethinking what chocolate can be. I love it. That is right on point. So I'm going to take this. So what I'm doing here, if you're not sure, is I'm converting Markdown to just basic text, because if you pop that right into Google Docs, it's not fully going to understand. So we got the brand, values, and mission. Then we're going to have the writing guide. Once this file opens, things take much longer while you're recording. It is what it is. Nope. Perfect writing style for the good chocolatier. So what's next? Now it's time to rewrite an AI agent. Okay, so based on the information above, I want you to write the following AI agent instructions for the good chocolatier. Make sure to rewrite it in the same. Oh, yeah. So here I'm pretty much having AI create a prompt for me to feed ChatGPT to create a prompt to create an agent for me. So an AI agent is essentially what I have here that I call my ghostwriter. This whole thing's an AI agent, and you could prompt this to be whatever you want it to be. So by prompt, you could create it to act in any shape way you want. You could have it to become a proofreader. You could have it become a Spanish tutor. You could have it become a mathematician, anything you want. And in this case, it's a ghostwriter for a particular client. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to pop out of here. So this feature is definitely a paid feature. So I'm going to have to come into open the sidebar. No, not ChatGPT. Let me scroll down. Explore GPTs. Let me close the sidebar. So now we're going to create. And I said configure. I've done this in a minute. Configure. Yeah, so first things first is I'm going to upload to the Knowledge Center. So again, I've done this before. I got the brand writing guides and values. I'm just going to upload that. And then I got to pop my head down here. I'm going to give it access to the internet. Let me change the screen to here. No, wrong one. Let me change the screen. There we go. So at least now I can see on this screen what's happening down here. Yeah, so additional info, actions, code interpreter. I'm not missing anything. Okay, so I'm going to go into the first prompt, and I'm going to paste that text I got. Here, I think I'm missing some notes here. Let me get to my notepad. I feel like I'm missing something. Huh, I think I'm missing something. Prompt. Okay, I was hoping to get this all organized, but we're here. We're figuring things out on the fly, on the go. All right, so what I'm going to do is, let's just do this the long way. Instructions is, let me get this off the screen so I can see what's happening here. And let's call it the good chocolatier ghostwriter. And then here, what is the GPT? To help the staff at the good chocolatier write content from blogs to social posts to newsletter in the brand style and tone. Style and tone. The AI agent is an expert copywriter. And let me just make sure I spell chocolatier properly. Chocolatier. All right, so here we got that's inputted. What am I missing here? Because I see the create button on the top right. Okay, here we go. So let's create. Let's go with only me for now. Save. It's going to take a second here. All right, so while this waits, I found the piece that I want to use to test off with is I just kind of look for chocolate news. Here we got the GLP-1. If you're not familiar with the term Ozempic, it's pretty much the same drug or a similar drug. And it's talking about chocolate and the effect on chocolate giants. So I guess people will be losing weight, may not be eating chocolate or may want to be eating more chocolate. So I'm just going to highlight that to get that ready. This is taking much longer than expected. Okay, so while that's rolling, I do have one I created in another tool called u.com. And I really just want to stick things into one, but this is just taking way too long. Like if I do anyone with link, if I click X and put a description, a staff ghostwriter, unable to publish, error saving. Oh, that's great. That's exactly what I need while recording. Let's try this again. Create, save. Actually not, I'm just gonna copy this. And we're gonna do this from scratch again. Let's refresh this page. Oh, GPT published apparently. My GPTs. Okay, so apparently it worked. All right, let's test this out. Let me grab the same one I used for mine earlier. I want you to help me write a short. Oh, we got different people. So let me just put this in as, let's start from scratch. I want you to help me. Actually, no, I will keep the same. Match my style and brand. Keep in mind of, there we go. Keep in mind that this email is being sent out to customers as a way to inform them on news surrounding cacao and chocolate. Okay, so here I want to start an engaging intro, 3 headlines, why the topic is important. They don't have a business, so no need for business. And I want you to, then I want you to end off with a positive note. There you go, let's go with that. Then I want you to end off the email a positive note on how despite these changes, oh no, it's not changes, it's about Ozempic and people using fat. I want you to end the note reminding people that our chocolates are low in sugar. It's a positive note in reminding people that our bars are low to no sugar and use no artificial sweeteners. Here is the post I want you to write. Perfect, so I'm gonna grab that. Let's copy this. Again, while doing this, stuff may work sometimes, may not work some other times, but let's see. No, it didn't copy over. Let's try that again. Oh, pop-up came up. Let's grab all this. Copy. Oh, the content's copied. Oh, jeez. Okay, let's see. Let's find another thing regarding, oh, I know what to do. You say it's copyrighted, no problem. I will put this into Reader. And then let's open in Reader. So So Reader's a tool I use to kind of save blog posts and videos I want to read at a later time. So it's able to pull the entire text in. It's also a great way to get around some of those paid. Okay, what's going on here? Why is it not? Let's copy that. Copy. Paste. So I got that in there. Let's see how this is working. I tried to make this a short video, but it is what it is. So for the email, chocolate trends and sweet insights, how global trends are stirring the chocolate pot. All right, let me copy this. Let's just read it in here. So let's see if this matches the brand and style. Hello, chocolate friend. This month, we're diving into the latest buzz in the chocolate world, including global trends and how they impact what's on your plate. Let's explore. GLP-1 drugs and confectionery. Big news, GLP-1 weight loss medication like Ozempic are affecting the chocolate industry. Hershey reports only a mild impact, but with growing health trends, confectionery brands are keeping a close eye on consumer habits. The shift towards health-conscious indulgence is here. This is where good chocolatier gets to shine. Chocolate as a health food. From weight loss medications to functional ingredients, the idea of food as medicine is redefining chocolate. Food as medicine is something that definitely the good chocolatier talks about. In 2025, expect brands to emphasize protein, fiber, and vitamins in their product offering. Indulge. Okay, I'm not going to go through there. What the future holds. As consumers become more selective, we'll continue delivering chocolate that's good for your body, soul, and the planet. As always, our bars remain free from refined sugars and artificial sweeteners. There's that M-dash I talk about. AI loves it. Prove that indulgence and wellness can go hand in hand. Stay sweet. The Good Chocolatier team. CTA, does that link to? That just links to ChatGPT. So there you have it. This is something where you can get creative for a client. They could pop in anytime, put a piece of content in there. Let me pop back to my face here. Yeah, so as you can see, it's not that complicated. I'm going to put all the prompts and everything below in the step-by-step guide, but essentially this is a tool that can help clients save time. If they're in a rush and there's some important information they want to share or pass on to clients, not every client wants to read a blog post that you're sending them from like some medical journal or from some sports journal or whatever the case may be. It's a good time to kind of take things and rewrite it into your brand voice and style. If it also gives you more content to write for your emails or for social media, this can be repurposed in social media. So look at it as not just a ghostwriter, but also as your number one repurposing tool to speed up your content output, but also to speed out you building your brand's trust and building more content out there for people to understand what you do and why you do what you do. So yeah, again, that is it. I'm going to stop there. This has gone on long enough. I'm going to try to keep these as short as I can, but you know, sometimes things don't always work out as smooth as you expect. If you have any questions, comment below or hit me up. You have an awesome rest of the day. Peace. And stop button.